Hello and welcome to Digital General's new series for the Field of Glory Empires game, and I thought I'd start this to kind of learn the game and play it alongside with you and see how far we get. So this is not an expert playthrough at all, it's much more of me just coming in with a bunch of experience from other games and just seeing what this game is about, and hopefully we can kind of learn it together. So for the scenarios, I'm going to go with balanced, because I don't know enough about the game to really have the AI be even tougher. So this is more of a hopefully straightforward playthrough, figure out some of the mechanics and just have some fun. But we will do the grand campaign, and we'll see how far we can get. And let's see which nation. I think when I was looking at this before, I was thinking that it might be fun to do the Belgae as the starter nation. I typically in these games for this period, I actually try to avoid Rome. I mean, I love Rome; it's super interesting, but at the same time, I feel like I've just done it so many times that I kind of tend to not want to do it. And so I looked around, and Carthage was exciting as well, but it seems to be basically conflicting with Rome right away, lots of territories, and I just kind of wanted to have some fun first to kind of learn how the systems go, and so I think Belgae are interesting. And we're starting at 310 BC, and I guess I'm going to play it as if the Belgae chieftain had a vision that in some 200 something 50 years, fearsome blood and iron warriors from the south will come in and just enslave them all, and they need to be ready. So my mission is to get the Belgae ready to take on the might of Rome if it ever shows up in this playthrough, and be able to actually go toe to toe and potentially push them back. So we'll see how that goes. So Belgae are a minor power or other faction, and so that means they're not quite as well rounded as some of the major factions, but that's okay. Let's just have some fun with it, see how far we can get. So the Belgae were a large Celtic confederation that dominated northeast Gaul. Caesar notes their courage and competence in battle, and there is evidence that they had started to conquer southern Britain before they, in turn, were overrun by the Romans. So that's, I think, a good hint that, yes, we should go to Britain at some point and fulfill our destiny. Okay, gameplay, powerful faction, benefits for the Celtic buildings that improve agriculture and the military. You are well placed for early expansion over your Celtic neighbors and far enough from Rome that you have time to build up your state. So that's, as I said, that's kind of the plan. Modifiers, so Celtic traditions, basically +5 experience when unit is created, and for infantry and cavalry, so traditional standard army, and could have 10% reduction, so strong armies, clans, manpower bonus, that's good, but I can collapse on death of a ruler, so that's interesting. Raiders, I can do raiding, that's nice. And faction modifier, low military expertise. Either lack of interest or weak tradition in military matters makes this nation and men enlisted in the army not very good at martial skills. Leader force pool, penalty, leader quality penalty, and penalty experience when units created. So I don't understand how that's supposed to work. So I have Celtic traditions that gives me +5 experience when unit is created, but then at the same time, low military expertise when unit is created. I don't know if I can get rid of this at some point. The faction modifier, it's a faction one. Very strange. I thought they had... yeah, I don't understand this. That's okay. Alright, there you go. Let's figure it out. And government modifier, tribe, a tribal organization or chiefdom with some form of basic government. A large number of men can be mustered in war bands. Manpower bonus, so tribe gives me manpower. Alright, let's get going. Turn 1, 310 BC, fair weather. Alright, so let me just double check that I have auto saves. I don't know how stable this build is, and so I want to make sure I don't have a crash and lose a bunch of progress. Alright, I'll figure that out later. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. So I've played a couple of turns of this game, so a lot of this is new. I've kind of been reading around, so I have a decent sense, but not great, of what's going on. So starting with the faction, we're stable, tribal chiefdom. Progress and decadence is 2-5 to progress, so that's actually pretty good. And 30 among 77, so that puts us square in the middle, so we should be not declining or advancing, which is fine to start with. And we're stable, civilization level 2, so we're going to try to get ourselves progressing. Right now there's nothing in terms of legacy. Yeah, there's no decisions. Obviously we're just starting out, that's cool. Alright. And we have one legacy token for, I think, for our territory, because I think we're holding our objective under the capital. Alright, landowner, so this ruler's traits, let's check out Boyardrix, our king. So he's a landowner, large lands, so that food bonus, infrastructure bonus, commerce bonus, and decadence gain bonus. So all in all, that's actually good, more bonuses than penalties. And superior administrator, decadence reduced by, so actually that's amazing, because that takes care of that decadence bonus, penalty that he gets for being landowner. So he's a superior administrator of his lands. Loyalty bonus, taxation bonus, infrastructure bonus. So this guy is actually really good, but he's a bad diplomat. So 20% reduction in acceptance of treaties, and degenerate treaties. I'm actually fine with that. He's a warrior king. He's 26. He's young. He's ambitious and competent, and so we don't need diplomacy. We're gonna do diplomacy with our swords. All right, let's see what else is there. So, yeah, level 2 Celtic. Let's see, we're legacy falling behind because we just have 1. It's fine. Okay, I could do decision. Oh no, it can't. Right, it's expensive and have to have an academy. And building development focus. Interesting. Okay, we'll see it once we have enough resources. We'll look at it. Right. So objectives, we have Remia, which is why we're getting some legacy, and I got free unit support 10. Can raid. Manpower bonus, loyalty bonus, infrastructure bonus, food bonus. Okay. So it's a pretty good start. And yeah, right. This ring is that's why it's an objective, and we're owning it. So that's fine. Okay. Let's take a look at what we can do. So our treasury is on the positive, but growing slowly, and we've got some manpower generation coming in, so that's good. Let me see, I won't worry about yet. Ledger, I won't worry about it. We have a little bit of metal production, and barely any legacy, but some. Alright, so we've got 3 regions, and we don't have the province yet. If I look at the provincial view, which one? Province overlay, there we go. Yeah, so to get Belgica, that will be my personal objective. I'm hoping that my game objectives will match this, and we'll actually try to take over Belgica. And we have 3 out of 4, so we don't have enough to actually form a province yet, but hopefully very quickly we will. Back to here, so we've got a bunch of citizens. Oh, one Celtic slave. So food and some industry. And no culture. We're doing a little bit of culture just from base, from the structure. Yeah, right. And we've got 1 building slot taken over only out of 4, so we've got plenty of space. Very loyal. Defensiveness. Right, that's crossing. Okay. And growth. This was what I was looking for in 7 turns. So if I move slave here, that makes it too many. 4 turns. Yeah, that might be good just to grow our population quickly. And what can we build? What did the random generation gods? Oops, no, not yet. So this produces food and flax. Flax is good to have. Smokehouse needs cattle. Food health, but it costs infrastructure. Needs cattle pens. Weapons. Money. Gambling ring is a bit of a decadence creator. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the flax field, because this way... do I generate flax? Where is my trade goods? Yeah, so I got pottery, honey, and Remya does manufacture cattle, so that's good. So that means those cattle buildings actually I can take advantage of because I have it, so that's good. But I'll start with the flax field because that's a pretty quick build, and it'll help with food as well. All right, so that's Remya. Now here, Nervia. So Nervia has no food buildings at all. It's got a craftsman. Yeah, potter's workshop. Okay, so let's see, what can we do? Can do hemp field. Oh, that's interesting. I don't have tar. I could get money from tar. So if I get that as a bonus, that'll be nice. Produces hemp. Yeah, I think I'm going to invest in the food producers first because I need to grow my population. So let's do that. And this province has nothing at all. It is not even growing. So, all right, what can we do here? So Flaxfield is actually a bit of a waste here because it will produce food, but you know, I already have flax. So Salt House is a lot better. It needs salt, so it'll cost me to create, but at the same time it's actually a really good health and food bonus. Yeah, let's go for that. And then we'll see if we can get salt from someone. Maybe on the coast we'll be able to get some salt. What's that do? Yeah, that really puts me out. Yeah, I'll just keep it as is. Yeah, this province is very non-defensible. Defensiveness 2, defensiveness 2. Okay, now the army. We don't really want to start taking over regions yet. We'll figure out where we want to go in a minute, but I think I'm going to raid. We are raiders. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't be raiding. Yeah, let's just raid. show them who's who. This army is actually pretty solid. I've got 2 heavy infantries, or the kind of ambactus, so 3/3 combat power 8. So the more elite heavy infantry, kind of regular Gallic heavy infantry, and a bunch of warriors. And yeah, so this core group of 5 heavy infantry is it's going to be my main punching force, and the warriors are kind of the filler. A bunch of skirmishers, a little bit of cavalry, so that's fine. And let's see, what can we actually raise? Do we want to raise any more forces? What can we build? Yeah, I can build more of the heavies. Yeah, it's very expensive, so it'll take like half of my existing gold, and I don't have any equipment stocks yet. Yeah, so it'll take a long time to build. So why don't we just maybe a bit more cavalry will be good. Yeah, so at +5 equipment, I can build a unit in 3. So why don't we do that? Just bring up a little bit of cavalry, and that's, I think, all I want to do. Alright. Let's see how that goes. What's the story? So we dropped down by 27. So we've now dropped into the negative. So we are risking getting aging tokens. So I'm going to need to boost myself up on the decadence rate ranking. I thought I was actually doing not too badly, but clearly not at all. So that's very dangerous, and legacy is too early to worry about it, so I don't really care about that yet. Okay. And there you go. We started regressing already. That's funny. Okay. Got it. So if I look at our... okay, we don't have any tokens yet, but we have started regressing. So that's very dangerous, and it's because our culture to value ratio is too low. So we'll see if we can do anything quickly to fix that. And we're just getting a little bit of legacy from this region. Okay, what's going on here? So, oh, I wonder if it's wait a second. Was it this rating that pushed me over? It's very possible that that's what it was, but let me take a quick look. All right, wait first. So that's that. And then gained us a bunch of gold, which is nice. And the health of our ruler decreased to good. So that's not good, but hopefully he's not going to get too much sicker. Alright, yeah, let's look at the decadence. So nation size is the primary age, national penalties. Yeah, no, it's that's interesting. No, I think the rating wasn't that important this time around. Okay. What else do we want to do? So I guess the question is, do we want to take one of these citizens and put them in culture. Now this will affect our growth, but just increase the culture generation a little bit to hopefully stave off being declining. And yeah, we'll keep raiding. That's fine. Build up a nice little treasure chest. And yeah, that's what's this message log? Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing too exciting. The other thing I was gonna do, sorry, just to readjust this effects, because that horn was very, very loud. Alright. Let's go next turn. Simulating, I guess. Okay, perfect. So we've pushed ourselves back into the middle, so we're not going to be declining anymore. That's fantastic. That would have been really not good to keep basically declining like that. Okay. Alright, so we had a raid by Parsi. Interesting. I might have to attack them sooner rather than later. But we defeated them, so that's good. Alright. Most Germanic independent was raided by Belgae, but the defense repelled easily the invaders, and we were also repelled in Germania, so our raid was not successful either. And this is a new objective now, so it's not part of Belgium or Belgae, the province, but it is an objective, and it's part of Gallia. That's fine. I mean, eventually we're going to take it all anyway. But I guess we're going to go to war and take that objective. Sorry, where is it? Savi's in Arabia. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So it is an objective, but right. But this has been declared an objective as well, so that's fine. So that's good because we're already owning this. So that's why we're getting that extra 2 legacy. Okay. My troops are coming next turn, so that's perfect. So I'll get that extra. So when I move my army to this province, it'll take 2 turns, and that's when my horse will pop out, my cavalry, and we'll go to Parisi and hopefully take them out. These buildings are still being built. Not much to say. Okay. Alright, let's just do one more turn and then see how it turns out. And then I think we'll call it a day for this video. So the Parisi raised an army, but it's not going to be enough to stop us because they don't have any of the heavy infantry. And alright, we've decreased in our rankings, but we're still stable and we're still in the middle, so that's the main thing that I'm worried about. Okay, perfect. Right. Okay, got some free infrastructure, that's great. And we have another objective here, that's fine. And alright, so we're gonna get some harsh months in a bit. And what's this? Okay, another objective there. Okay, so we're starting to get some objectives up and around us at least. I did wish that it was one of these provinces, but so be it. so be it. And I'll call it a day here, and we'll pick this up next time.